Hi, this is Lazy Mapper, and I got some good news. Far Cry 2 is now backwards compatible on Xbox One. I enjoyed playing Far Cry 2, though I was a bigger fan of Far Cry Instinct's Predator. As a player, for me, Far Cry Instinct's Predator just had a faster movement speed, but the colors on the assets were more brighter, or at least more varied. Also, the announcer was just so different in Far Cry 2 that in the beginning it kind of annoyed me. Far Cry Instinct's Predator, I really love the announcer's voice. These are just some of my personal thoughts from going to Far Cry Instinct's Predator or Far Cry 2. Far Cry 2 had a far superior editor than Far Cry Instinct's Predator. Far Cry Instinct's Predator's editor was very basic. You couldn't even tilt objects in Far Cry Instinct's Predator. That's how basic it was. But people made some really awesome maps, and eventually I came in to enjoy Far Cry 2. Mostly as a player though. One of the best features in Far Cry 2 was you were able to make a lobby and host a list of maps. For the player, another great feature was you were able to search on what type of game mode you wanted, pick which lobby you wanted to join, so there was a lot of options for the player also. Another interesting feature that Far Cry 2 had, and also Far Cry Instinct's Predator, you can run your console as a dedicated server, and you could, if you were a player or a map editor and you had a bunch of maps, you could host them all and run it on a loop. You don't even have to be in the game. In Far Cry 3, the mapping community really fell apart because it was missing a lot of features from the lobby system. In fact, it was downright broken if you ask me. So I'm really hoping that in Far Cry 5 they bring back these options. When I ported my file over from Xbox 360 to Xbox One, these are all the maps that I had saved. The untitled map there is a map I never finished. My gamer tag used to be Jake Powers. I was still playing Steal the Sample and Far Cry Instinct's Predator. I just really enjoyed that game mode, and Capture the Diamonds just seemed kind of slow to me. I also liked the fact that you could throw the sample to your teammates. Also, when I was working on the Far Cry 2 map, they announced Far Cry 3, so I got excited about that, and I kind of lost interest in it. If I knew what I knew now, I would have stuck with Far Cry Instinct's Predator and Far Cry 2. Far Cry 3 just lacked the features that the map editors and players needed. I'm really hoping they make Far Cry Instinct's Predator backwards compatible also. I do happen to have a lot of maps that I've saved for the matches that I did play in Far Cry 2. That Woman in War 3, that's a very interesting map. I would only suggest adults download that one. Looking through all these maps, I see a lot of guys that I know from the past, like Death Weapon, Mike G, Mike Q. Also, even some of the guys that made some maps in Far Cry 4. I see Alpha Sergeant. I even have one of Dapper's maps that I've saved. I have to look through my maps and see if I have any Kemet 1976 maps. If not, I'll have to download some of them. Also, me and Fallen Champ are planning on playing some more maps in Far Cry. So Far Cry 2 will be this Sunday if you'd like to join us and try and get into our lobby. That's fine. We had a lot of people play Far Cry 3, even though that wasn't as popular. I plan on coming out with that video by next week, and I believe Fallen Champ will too, so check out his channel. Also, be sure to check in the video description where there's a link to help Far Cry Instinct's Predator become backwards compatible. I would like to thank all my subscribers, all the people who seem to enjoy my videos. Thanks for watching The Lazy Mapper.